Alrighty guys, welcome back to another episode of Explore by Adventure. We're going to be fitting another suspension kit into the Colorado. So it's a bit of a build video, this one. We're actually going to be fitting a Superior Engineering 4-inch lift in this one with upper control arms diff drop with the heavier springs in the rear to carry the weight. So to start this video off, what we're going to be doing is Freddie's going to flex it up. We're going to get some comparisons on the car. So we're going to get a comparison on the current suspension lift and get a comparison on the new Superior gear that's going in it. So we actually are putting some remote resi shocks in it, front and rear, with their coils and leaf springs. So we'll give you a bit of a walkthrough and a bit of an unboxing of what we've done with them. So yeah, we'll get into it. Freddie's going to start lifting it. We'll see what measurements we get up to. So that's fully flexed up there. Wheels just touching the ground. What we'll do is we'll measure it from the bottom of the tyre. That's 600 there. So we've got the tyre 600mm off the ground on the front. Okay, so this is how the kit comes from Superior. It comes all wrapped up in this black plastic around the kit. Gets dropped off. So I have had a quick look at this when it did turn up, because we actually have to assemble the shocks and the springs together for the front, and you got to get the measurements right. So we don't have a spring compressor strong enough for this, so we actually send this to our local full drop suspension place, and they assembled it all for us. Superior sends you all the instructions for the kit and all the measurements too as well. So because they're coilovers in the front, to the middle of the shock bolt hole to the bottom of the spring seat is supposed to be 190mm. That gives you a 2-inch lift with a 2-inch spring. Because we are fitting a 4-inch kit, it is still a 2-inch spring, but what happens is you wind the coilover up to give you a 4-inch lift. So what you got to do is, when they're doing it, is they actually take the preload off the spring, so they can make this wind up a little bit easier. So yeah, so that there's the first one, is one of the shocks for the front. There's the remote res here with all the adjustments on the remote res from 1 to 8 to give you your compression. The next important thing for this kit is the Superior Engineering billet upper control arms. So these are adjustable upper control arms. There's the ball joints just there. Really, really lightweight. But these are the new model upper control arms for the Colorado. Next, we've got this one here. So all new U-bolts for the rear of the lift. We've got new brake lines as well, because we're going a bit more higher. Your greasable pins as well. So they're all in there as well. In this one here, we have extended shackles for the rear. All the bushes for the leaf springs. All in a box there as well. So this here, these are actually the remote res mounts for the front. So these bolt onto the car. This brown box here. So being a 4-inch lift, you actually have to put a diff drop in it. So it's already got a diff drop in it for the 2-inch lift that's in it. So this is the Superior Engineering recommended diff drop for their 4-inch lift. So all the spacer parts are in here. That's the cross member part for underneath. And then these 2 white boxes here are the remote resis for the rear. So these ones are pretty straightforward because there's leaf springs in the rear. Nice and pretty. Silver, blue. There's the dial at the top for the remote res part. They're gonna look good in the rear. And last but not least, just under the black plastic here on both edges, we've got the leaf springs. So what we've done is we've gone for the heaviest leaf spring in the rear of this one, just for the bit of the weight. We take the weight with the drawers and fridge and all that stuff when it's fully loaded up when we go away. So yeah, now let's get all this fitted and get the car onto the hoist. Alright guys, we just took some measurements of the car before height. So the before height from the center of the hub to the bottom here on the guard is 600mm. So So what we'll do is we'll measure the front after it's got the lift in and see what we get up to there. Okay, so shocks are in, upper control arms are in. Fred's now just in the process of putting the hub back on, get it all done up, and then off to the other side. Okay, so we've just fitted all the lift up on the driver's side front. We've got the upper control arms in, we've got the shock in, we've got everything mounted up properly. Now let's give it a bit of a measure. Center of the hub, 650. 650, so we were 600, now we're at 650. That's, yeah, pretty much the 2 inches that we're looking for. So it was a 2-inch lift in the front. We've definitely gone up that extra 2 inches, so looks pretty good. Okay, diff drop is in. Bash plates are all mounted back up. Now onto the back. Freddie's just started onto the back rear shocks. Shouldn't take us too long. A couple of springs, a couple of shocks, and then just the brake lines, and we'll get it going. That's a wrap. We've just done all the suspension, 4-inch Superior Engineering lift in the Colorado. Looks really, really good. All that's left to do is a wheel alignment, and we're just going to do the extended brakes and bleed the brakes. We'll do that tomorrow when the boys come into work, but it definitely is higher. As I said, the front measured up that 50 mil higher, which is definitely that 2 inches. Tomorrow afternoon we'll do the flex up and see how much more we gained in flex, if any, but I reckon we have. Alrighty guys, so we've done the wheel alignment this morning. I've got the boys at work to do the wheel alignment this morning. They've adjusted the upper control arm. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a comparison to the lift before. So we're going to see if we've gained any more flex in this car. So Freddie is going to start jacking her up now. Alrighty, so he's got it flexed up. Let's have a look. So before it was 600 in the front, and now it's measuring 650. So he's gained 2 inches in flex. I'll put this kit in. Thank you for watching another episode of the Explored by Adventure. Until next time.